So there are messages in the chat. We're going to also include these again at the end, but so we have that happening. And then there's an amazing new Jews of Color monthly mindfulness set with Yoshi and Kashira starting on Wednesday, this Wednesday at noon Eastern. So those are 2 new offerings that are happening, and they're in the chat for you to see for the links. So check those out. And we'll begin. So for the practice today, we are going to be using a mat and a blanket, 2 blocks, and a strap if you have one. It's okay if you don't. And today I also want to use the wall. So if you have a space at the wall for part of the for part of the practice, that would be great. So gonna start with, there we go, and they're in the chat again there. A space at the wall would be helpful today. And I want to share that the inspiration for today's practice, and honestly for so many of my teachings throughout the year, come from Rabbi Jill Hammer's book, The Jewish Book of Days. And some of you may know this. And Jill does this amazing mapping of the entire year based on parts of the tree that are linked back to texts comparing the person to the tree and the times of year to different parts of the tree. And Tu B'Shvat begins the time of the sap rising and flow. And there are some practices that I'll bring in other parts of the teachings, I'll bring in other parts of the tree, but really today I want to focus on embodying certain qualities of tree, and especially rooting and rising through the spine. So bring in other teachings, as you know, throughout. And I just want to say, if anything I offer is not right for your body, please take care of yourself. You're the authority, and I'll offer some alternates, but let's get started. We're going to start standing and rooting as trees today. So please come to your mat. And if you have a space near a wall, we're going to lean into the wall a little bit today, just for the very, very beginning. So come on and stand up. And we'll take our bodies to the wall. And I invite you to take first your left side to a wall about shoulder, take your hand at the shoulder height. So you take fingertips to the wall like this at shoulder height, and not with the hand flat, but with the fingertips touching so that there is a space at the palm. And first, I invite you to just stand, feeling the solid rooting and sending down energy of the base of toes and circumference of heels of your feet. So feel your strong, long legs sending down the tailbone and lengthening front of spine. And with your left arm at the wall, gently turn away feet and torso about 30 degrees. Go with your own body's needs and feel into this opening of the branch and limb of your left arm from the heart. So it's a gentle opening stretch. And taking deep breaths, we'll breathe into this a few breaths. And just feeling the length of the body, limbs up through to crown of head. And then we'll release that arm, and let's just take a couple shoulder rolls. Just letting the knees be soft and the elbows be soft, and bringing in a little flow, a little sap quality of chesed in the body. And then we'll take right side to the wall, standing about whatever length your arm is so that your fingertips touch the wall. And first, feeling that strong, solid sending down, rooting energy of base of toes and circumference of heels. And then lifting up through inner and outer arches of the feet, as if sap is rising up through your feet, up the legs, up the spine to crown. Then turning feet and torso, whole body, just a little bit. It might just be an inch or two to feel into the opening in the right side of the chest and the armpit chest, the pectoralis. And breathing into that. Maybe you feel heat rising in that area through the biceps. And just staying with this steady opening. And then we'll release that and come on back again, facing long ways on your mat. And once more, let's take some shoulder rolls, just waking up and opening up the body. And I invite you to take the shape of a star and feel the feet wide, wide, and feel the base of toes and the heels sending down. Second toes are aligned with sides of mat, so the feet are parallel. And just waking up and feeling throughout your limbs. The Vitebska Rebbe speaks of joy spreading through our limbs. And just feel into a moment the awakened aliveness of this morning and being awake. And then let's release the arms. Go ahead and soften the right knee and lengthen the whole left side of the body, just all the way, a gentle leaning and lengthening. And then take second side, softening the left knee, opening, palm facing in, and just taking a bit of a flow. The exhale is the long extension. Inhale, open to star. Exhale, lengthen. And you can think of the star as a tree or a shape of yourself extending from center. Just waking up all the insides and outsides of the body, the bark, the outer skin of your body, receptive and sending energy. And then let's swing. We've done this, I think, in this studio before, where you send your left arm and right knee is bent forward, and we're just going to swing the arm. So your left arm is swinging and you just feel the momentum. And when you swing back, you can look back at the arm, just waking up, just letting the energy, the sap, the chiyut, the life force rising, waking us up a little. I know some of you have been awake for hours. And then let's take a little roll and do the second side. We'll take your left leg forward. The right leg is back, and you're just softening as you turn front and back, waking up the shoulder joint. Really get some long, extended energy in the limbs. Good. And we're going to take one more place at the wall. If you'll come back to the wall. And the same energy, the same idea, left side, we'll start with left side. Lift the left arm so it's shoulder height, and the fingertips are on the wall. And this time, soften the elbow, walk in a little bit, and let the palm rest on the wall a little more with base of thumb, and walk feet out to the outside of the right shoulder. So you're leaning. We're leaning like at an angle. And then let's go ahead and externally rotate and lift the right leg into tree with the foot at the shin or at the thigh, and take right arm overhead. So it's a little leaning tree and feeling and resting into the base of the toes, circumference of heel, and lifting energy up through the inner leg, through crown, through inner arm on the right, up through fingertips. as if your fingertips are these shining leaves reflecting the light of the sun. Notice if you're leaning into the arm, come away from the wall a little if that works for you. And letting your whole body open, receiving the light, the nourishment, maybe even that's coming through your windows. And we'll release arm and leg, shake it out, and take second side. Standing with the right arm. This is sort of like a Vashisthasana at the wall. So the right arm is at shoulder height, and then resting and softening the elbow a little, walk a little closer, and then walk feet outside of your left shoulder. So you're really leaning and lifting through the front spine, lengthening, externally rotate your left thigh, place your left knee, place it on your shin or thigh, your foot, and top arm over. And find the length when you feel this resting place of foot against thigh, of arm against wall, feeling the support of your own body structure and the structure of the wall. Lift and lengthen. Sending feet down into the earth and rising sap energy up through spine to crown, fingertips. And we'll release. That's a little supported tree. And from here, we're going to come to the front of the mat. If you have 2 blocks or a chair, we're going to take a little more of that length of spine, feeling always the center of your body, and do a couple of sun salutations. So come onto the front of the mat. And I'm going to show you a side view. Take 2 blocks at the front of the mat. You can take them at a height next to your feet. We're going to be ready for them when we come into the runner's lunge. And come to the very front and again feel in your mountain pose, your tree. So feeling yourself embody the aspects of sending down energy of the feet and lifting up energy through legs and spine and crown, widen collarbones, soften the armpits. And let's take this as a bit of a flow. We'll inhale, raise arms overhead, maybe look up. Exhale, soften the knees, come all the way down to your hands for downward dog. So hands are parallel, second fingers parallel to sides of mat. Send your hips up and back today. Soften behind the knees at first and feel the first down dog. Then straighten the legs if that works for you. Soften the neck. Feel the length of your limbs. Inhale, bring right leg forward, runner's lunge, take hands to blocks. The right knee is over the right ankle. So there's a 90-degree angle there. And come to your fingertips so that the front body lifts up to meet the back body, drawing energy into your center, your strong center spine. And find the line of energy from the inner back heel, through the inner leg, through crown of head. From here, we're going to walk the left hand in closer, the left block in closer, and turn to the right, top arm overhead. So this strong, long line from inner leg through turned side angle, top arm overhead. The bottom body is in the shape of the runner's lunge. Reaching toward the sky. Release the arm. Remove the blocks. Take hands to mat. Down dog once more. Resting here for a breath. And we'll take second leg forward. Runner's lunge. So your left knee bends 90 degrees over ankle. First, take the lunge, lift fingertips, send that back leg back. The hips rise to the level of front knee, drawing solar plexus, gathering yikavu, your ribs into the body, and feel the long, strong line of your spine from tailbone through crown. And then turning around the center of the spine, walk the right block in, draw yourself up, maybe even straighten the front knee a little to lift up, and then send back down into a turning twist toward your bent knee. So it's side angle, turning, and find once more the center, your spine, the tailbone up through to crown. So you really feel your center. Couple breaths. And release the arm down. Take both hands down, downward dog. Maybe walk the feet a moment and find the right placement of the feet with knees bending and straightening a couple times together. So you feel the symmetry of the sacrum, the pelvic bowl, and then sending hips back. Bring right leg forward and then left leg forward. And let's hang with a forward fold for just a moment. Soften behind the neck. And really feel the strong, long legs as your tree trunks and your spine as the sap flowing, releasing down. And then inhale, raise arms all the way overhead. Exhale, arms, hands to heart. And stand for a moment to just receive the warmth of that little flow we just did. Okay, we're gonna do it again. We're gonna go a little more quickly. Inhale, raise arms overhead. Exhale, soften behind the knees through a squat all the way. Take hands to blocks. Left leg back, runner's lunge, left leg back. Right knee is over the right ankle. Come to your fingertips. Feel the separation of the thighs and the lift of hips to knee level. And find that structure, that strength in the structure. Bring your awareness again to the whole spine, base of spine, its natural curves up through cervical to crown. Then inhale, lift up away from the knee a teeny bit and turn to the bent knee, the right, top arm over. Oh, find your strength. Maybe walk the left hand in if that's helpful. One long open tree from inner heel through to fingers. Then release that hand down. Take blocks away, both hands to mat, down dog. If at any point you need a little rest, I invite you to come to child's pose instead of down dog. Child's pose resting with knees and hips to feet. But if you're okay staying up, we're gonna rest a little more later. Let's go ahead and send left leg forward. Right leg back, second side. Find the runner's lunge, fingertips on the blocks, and take the blocks at any height that helps you not to sink in the groin. Feeling the length of the limbs of the back legs. And then let's go ahead, walk that right block in a teeny bit, lift up off of the front knee and turn. Finding this beautiful shape. Top arm overhead. Send that left knee over the ankle again if it's not there. Release the hand down. Both hands down, downward dog. One more time. Again, rest if you need. Feel each time that we come to these shapes, the new aliveness, new energy inside the body. Then let's walk left foot forward, right foot forward. Take a forward fold. You can even go ahead and take blocks for your hands to let them be supported. Align second toes with sides of mat. Soften behind the knees. Berach, beracha, with a blessing for the earth. And feel the strength of your legs, the flow of the spine, releasing. Inhale slowly, rolling up, hands on hips, and head comes last. And go ahead and face sideways on your mat and stand for another moment. Wide collarbones, arms slightly externally rotated, feeling any new sensations from that opening practice, that opening flow of sap flowing through the body. And feel it as your chiyut, your life force. Maybe notice if you sense your heart beating. And standing here, we're just going to take a couple of shoulder openers. And with the arms, I invite you to just take a moment and externally rotate, open palms, lift the chest, a little lifting and folding, just this shape of folding. Then on the exhale, rounding the spine slightly, soften the knees. Inhale, lengthen, open the chest, a little baby back bend. Exhale, round. And notice when you round how the shoulder blades roll forward, slide around and forward, and maybe amplify that. Allow the shoulder blades to roll a little more forward. And then on the inhale, come back up and lengthen and squeeze the shoulder blades back together. So we're waking up and warming the shoulders. One more time, folding. Just do this on your own timing. Opening, extending, and folding as you are standing, just to feel the connection between the spinal extension, spinal flexion, and the shoulder blades and what they're doing. Yeah. And keep it even softer. You don't have to fold so far, and let the movement be really subtle. Yeah, and feel and notice. This is kind of what a plant does in the morning, opening to the sun, and in the evening, closing to the dark. And then come back to center, and let's go ahead and wrap the arms in front of you and take right arm over left, both palms face forward, and bend them into eagle's pose. So the elbows are in front of you. Backs of hands can be together, or if just having elbows and palms together is the best place for your body, please do that. And find this long, strong stance, sending feet very solidly rooted. And from there, lifting, lengthening, wrapping the shoulder blades around in front to move the elbows away from you if possible. Soften the solar plexus, soften the front ribs. Continue to feel the length up the spine. And just noting the structure of your body, the arms and legs as your limbs, and the spine as your center, your trunk. And we'll release. Let's just swing the arms gently. Little swing. And then swing on this way. If we wrap them in front like this, crossing the arms like scissors, there's a little more access to the rotation of the shoulder blades. So now let's cross the opposite arm over, the left arm over. Elbows rest. So you rest the elbows in one another, then bend the hands toward you and take backs of palms together or wrap the hands. Find the shape that's right for you, always. Lengthen back of neck. Send tailbone down. Reestablish base of toes, base of big toe, base of pinky toes. And even though there's more action and heat and energy maybe in the shoulders, can you feel a connection of your feet up through the spine to absorb this whole opening in the whole body? And release. And let's just take those folds and opens one more time. The extended spine standing, the folded spine with the knees soft. And just play around with how much or how little you're rounding the spine, warming the shoulders. And one more shoulder opener. Please go ahead and raise the left arm by the ear. Long and open, palm facing in. Bend the elbow, rest the palm on the upper neck or upper back. Take your right hand to the elbow. Lift your left elbow into the palm of your hand. So we're lengthening the triceps, the upper arm. So the left elbow is lengthening and lifting. Now, see if you can find that shape coming from center of your heart in the back. So the lengthening and lifting is through the latissimus, through the shoulder blade, like one connective tissue. The barks of the trees send nutrients up and down and allow the tree to live. So imagine your skin opening and connected all through the body, allowing just each area to open by being connected to the whole. And release. Let's swing. Lots of winds in the trees here in California, so I guess there's a lot of swaying tree energy I'm feeling. And then let's go ahead, take right arm up by the ear, palm facing in. Let the elbow bend, second hand to the elbow tip. So we're not yanking or pulling the arm in. We're actually just finding a resting place for the hand at the back of the neck and lifting up. And notice if the whole body on the right side wants to lift, find out, see if you can reestablish a softening of the front ribs as you continue to lengthen from the whole back up through triceps. So feeling the whole roundness, 360 degrees, all sides of the body, like a tree trunk. And release. Is everybody warm? I am so warm. Are you? Yeah. Thank you, Minna. So we're gonna just take one more little sequence with the blocks on either side of the mat, flowing through a couple of standing poses. So the feet are wide. And let's go ahead, externally rotate right leg from the thigh, internally rotate the left. We're just going to move through triangle pose and a couple warrior poses. Inhale, raise the arms to shoulder height. Turn the hips and hinge the whole shape of trunk and spine with a block supporting your hand to triangle. So take the block high or take a chair behind you and soften behind the knees a moment. Reestablish the shape so it's very sturdy and strong and rooted. Finding your strong legs, let the hips turn down toward the floor, and then let the heart and arms and hands turn up to the sky like the leaves of the tree, looking up for light. Keeping head and neck straight ahead if that's better for you. Please, again, listen to your own body. Then soften behind that right knee, come to 90 degrees, top arm over, side angle. Go ahead and sweep the hand down. Take both hands down to down dog for a moment. And bring both blocks forward to the front of the mat like we had them for the sun salutation. And go ahead, once more, take right leg forward. Lift the blocks up as high as you need for a forward prayer pose. Keep the spine long and feel the length of the front of the spine. So the front leg is straight, back leg is straight, feet are hips distance apart, back leg is turned out, and feel the lift of the spine and the length and strength of the spine. From here, we'll bend the knee again, turn forward again, come through side angle once more. Come all the way up to warrior two. Maybe looking over the right arm, maybe not. And then inhale, raise arms all the way up. Feet face forward, palms together above the head. Release the arms. Take both blocks to second side of mat. And one is going to be more behind the knee. So we'll take left leg out, right leg in. Inhale, raise the arms. Let the hips turn slightly to the left, hinge the whole shape over, triangle pose to the left side. Reestablish your stance so you really feel the base of toes and heels sending down. Should feel very rooted. And then go ahead, you can take your top arm to your hip. Let the hips turn toward the floor so there's space at the top of the sacrum and the pelvic rim. And with the hips continuing to turn down, turn the heart up. Lift the arm. Turn head and neck only if it's right for you. So this beautiful twist, the heart of the tree turning up to the sky. Then let's go ahead, soften behind the left knee, side angle. So the left knee is over left ankle, 90 degrees, top arm overhead. Oh, and find any more openings at the ribs or the side chest here. Then we'll release the hand down. We'll come all the way to down dog. Lifting up out of the shoulders. Find base of thumb and base of index finger as your foundation. And let's go ahead, swing your left leg forward, bring the tall blocks on either side, and establish the back leg long for a prayer pose, a lengthened, extended, All the limbs are extended and long. Beautiful shape. Send the tailbone directly behind you and find that long center of your own being as the vav, the spine, the vav of your spine, connecting yourself inward. And from here, we'll come once more through side angle, top arm overhead. And then lift all the way up, warrior two. Warrior two, left knee over left ankle, palms face forward for an open heart. Strong legs. Inhale, raise the arms all the way overhead. Feet are parallel, and then release the arms. Grab your blocks, take them in front of you. We'll take a wide angle forward bend. So the feet are wide, second toes parallel to the mat. We'll hinge the entire torso, your trunk, from tailbone through pelvis all the way to crown, and take blocks directly under shoulders and feel the symmetry of right to left. Drop the inner arches of the feet. Send base of toe down as evenly as pinky toe. And bring your weight a little back to the front of the heel, so hips are aligned with ankles. And from here, if you'd like, you may take the blocks a little lower, hands to blocks, or even hands between feet. Really take this at whatever place is best for your body today to allow spine to flow. So if you'd like, you can take hands between feet, elbows bent, index fingers and second toes aligned to feel the whole deep forward bend. Any height that's right for you, blocks or hands. Then please go ahead and slowly bend knees, walk the feet together. Come on up to standing. And if you'd like to take your hand to a wall, you may. Guess what pose we're gonna do? So we're gonna take tree pose. Hopefully the balance that we've felt in all of everything we've done will support us. Go ahead, and today I invite you to think about, we'll start with the right side, and think about this whole right side of your body as the trunk of the tree, and go ahead slowly, hands at hip creases, lift your left leg a little bit, turn it out, place foot at shin or up high, your choice. And take arms out to the side or overhead, your choice. Play with your tree. Let your tree sway. Feel the heart opening, feel the limbs reaching. There's no right shape for your tree. Allow your tree to be a shape for your joy, to spread through your limbs. This open-hearted shape. And then go ahead, release that leg. Take the foot down, do a little wiggle, shake it out. And establish left side as the entire trunk of the tree, gently lifting the right leg. And please take the foot either at shin or at the thigh, not on the knee joint. And feel the circumference of the joints lining up on your standing leg. So circumference of hip over knee over ankle. Be gentle with yourself. Each side is different. Maybe you need the wall for this side. And find the shape. And really connect the fingertips, the leaves of your tree, through the branches of your arms, all the way down through the roots. And feel the roots of your feet sending energy down, equal and opposite, rooting and rising. When you're ready, go ahead and release. And we're going to come down to the mat for a couple final postures and resting pose. So we just need a blanket open about this size, and you fold it in half. So you have a nice lift under your hips. Come onto sitting, and we'll extend the right leg forward and bend the left knee so the foot is right close to your sits bones. Really draw that foot in close. Lift hips. Send that long leg away. Turn the torso, heart, and pelvis as one unit around the bent knee. Wrapping front arm around. And taking back arm behind. And notice today, if you can really feel your spine as the center, the heart tree, the heart of the tree. So you're turning around your center. And feel the gorgeous shape your body takes in this twist. Then let's come back forward, send second leg forward. Bending the right knee, bringing heel very close. Wrap the front arm around, send that left sit bone a little off the mat so you're really at an angle toward the knee, and then find your center, find your spine, and rest the rib basket into the shoulder blades. So you're very long and tall and straight in the spine. And release, and we'll come to a resting pose for Shavasana. So if you'd like, you can have an open blanket. You may also just place a blanket under your head. I invite you to lie all the way down with torso and head and neck on the blanket. And if you'd like, you can take any last little openings you might like you may want to lift hips and walk shoulders down away for a baby bridge. You may want to take a little lying twist. Any last stretches or openings that your body needs. And when you're ready, you'll extend your legs and release hands and palms to face the ceiling. And allow the front body to rest into the back body. And the back body to rest into the mat, into the floor, the earth. And take a deep, long breath, maybe an audible sigh to release all the effort, all the work. And we'll rest here together for a few moments.